Hello, this presentation is about healthy work. The vendor's name is Core-Centric LLC, also known as Align1 Solutions. The product name is MUUV Chair, M-U-U-V, MUUV Chair. There are a lot of features in this chair, and I'm going to let Ernest explain most of them. But right out of the gate, I'll tell you that this chair offers a continual biofeedback. MUUV works with you to maintain your perfect posture and keep your core engaged. It helps with your breathing to keep it natural and your energy level up because it offers support for your vertebrae through 3 ergonomically designed pads providing guidance for each segment of your spine. It's got 4-degree range of motion, extension, rotation, side bending, and elongation. The chair comes in 2 different faux leathers. One faux leather is Viva, which is a micro checkerboard pattern with a shimmery luster, and the other faux leather is Helix. It's a dimensional, geometric, suede-like surface. It feels really soft, and you will all love this best feature of all. The chair comes fully assembled. You literally lift the top of the cardboard off and it rolls right out of the carton. The chair ships out of Chicago and it sells for $19.99. Ernest is going to give us some more information.
Hi, everybody. I'm sitting in the MUUV chair by Align1 Solutions. And this is a really, really unique chair. One of the more unique chairs that I've seen in my 16 years with Relax the Back. And I'd like to tell you that I really like this chair. However, it's important that we keep in mind that we cannot sell it or present it like we would many of our other chairs. It is quite unique. It's quite different. In some ways, it's a departure from some of the features that we've come to rely on when it comes to office chairs. So I'm going to start by starting on the right side of the chair. So as I turn, there are 3 levers here, 1, 2, 3, that work to adjust the chair. I'm going to start with the front one. This front lever is for adjusting the height. So just like any pneumatic chair, weight off, I pull out, the chair rises. With weight on it, I lower the chair. So using all your good chair sitting training that you know and that you use in chair education with your client, nothing changes there. The second lever is for the seat depth. Again, not new. That part is something that we're used to. So I'm going to grab here. I can adjust the seat depth to fit my need. Again, the same depth requirements that we've used or recommendations, 2 to 4 fingers, depending on someone's comfort. Now, when I talk about some differences, so those are same, let me talk about some differences. You'll see that this is a waterfall edge, not the traditional contour seat. Having sat in contour seats nearly my whole Relax the Back career, I would say that this waterfall seat I found to be very, very comfortable. Easily as comfortable as sitting on our X Chair series, which is not a contour, it's a waterfall seat as well. So easily that comfortable. It's got a dense seat foam material. Now, one of the features that I want to show you, because it's on this right side, is this lever here, which is a release mechanism for adding this side bending to the chair. So I'm going to pull. Once I pull its full range, you'll notice, and I'll turn the chair around to the back so you can see, I've got this side-to-side motion that's built into the chair. Now, this is quite different than what we're used to. As I turn around to the front to show you this direction here, you'll notice it's not so loose that I'm falling. I can sit up, no problem. Nothing's causing me to fall. But as I do move to my side, the chair moves with me, and I'll talk a little bit more about why that's important. So let me re-engage the lock. So I just pull, and it locks in place. So now it no longer tips, all right? On the left side of the chair, we've got 2 features. In the front, near my knee, or the edge of the seat, this is your tension adjustment for the tilt mechanism. And then behind that is your tilt mechanism engagement, which is 3 levels. So currently pulled all the way back, the chair is locked. If I put it to the middle, the chair unlocks, and it stops parallel to the floor, much like the tilt stop feature on our Lifeform chairs. If I go one feature further, I've got full range of motion. You can see I can move all the way forward with the chair. All right, so I'm going to lock it in the middle. I can lean back, sit up. So far, some similarities with the exception of the back. Now, let me talk about the arms. After I go through the features so that you can see them, then I'll talk about how, why, what it does for us. So we have asynchronous arms. That just means that they're not synchronized. They operate independently one of the other. So that means that whatever my need is on whatever side I need, I can get that support. These are adjustable armrests. So as you'll see here, let me lock the chair for demonstration purposes. I can move the arms forward or backwards. I can move them in and out in order to get the width that I want. And then they also rotate 180 degrees. So now I have this more narrow portion to the front, which gives me a little longer reach here, as opposed to when it's twisted the other way. It also means that when I want to articulate this arm, so I push the lever on the inner portion of the arm, as I can have that arm articulated towards my midline like I would with some of the other chairs that we've done. There we go. And so now I've got that cockpit feel of the chair. And again, if I need more length or less length, I can pull it back, push it forward, bring it in to really customize the use of those arms for me when I'm working. And right now for me, you'll notice this is really comfortable position. I'm nice and neutral. Arms aren't too high, shoulders aren't up in the ears. I can reach my work surface. Now, let's talk about the back. With this chair, we've got 3 unique back pads that are built on what they call their spine. That's what this black track mechanism is. There's nothing you can do in terms of adjusting the height. These are set and fixed. However, on the lower sacral lumbosacral pad, we've got this dial here that does help adjust the depth of the support. So this dial here, if I rotate towards me, I'm sitting on the right side of the chair, the anatomic right. If I rotate towards me, that loosens it, that makes it less intense. If I rotate away from me, that increases the intensity, it gets deeper in the support. Now, here's the departure from where we've done chairs in the past. And before we dismiss it as being not effective simply because it's different, I'd ask that you give me just a little time to try to convince you. So the lumbosacral pad, you'll see, sits lower down into the chair than most of our lumbar supports. Most of our lumbar supports sit higher, and I personally have taught you to sit that lumbar support above where your belt would be in order to keep that lumbar elongated, nice and long. Their philosophy is by having the chair seat in the lumbosacral pad, they're hoping that you will be encouraged to have more anterior pelvic tilt. So as you know, when we sit down, most of our clients sit with their hips in front of their backrest, shoulders behind, so they end up in a post-tilt, poor posture like you see here. By engaging this seat support in the back, I'm going to be supporting that with some biofeedback, keeping the pelvis forward. The same here is with the thoracic support. Instead of being concave to match the convex nature of the kyphotic nature of the thoracic spine, instead, they're going to give us a gentle push, which is not designed to push our shoulders back in an uncomfortable position, but to give us that gentle lift of the sternum. It's a biofeedback, again, mechanism. So this chair is built around another term that we've used. It's an acronym, NEAT, N-E-A-T, which stands for Non-Exercise Activity Thermogenesis. And it's built around this idea that some of the very best health benefits come not from the 5-mile run that you do every day, but it's the cumulative amount of energy or thermogenesis you create. So things like parking further away from the grocery store to get more steps in, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, going the long way if you were still in an office. Right now, not very many people are in offices, but it's looking for ways to add activity. So with this biofeedback built into the chair, once I engage the side bending feature, the tilt mechanism, now I've got a chair that has multiple planes of movement. They focus on 4. So they would be extension, they would be side bending, they would be rotation, of course, and then there's this elongation of the spine. So when we sit, we tend to shorten the spine, compress the vertebrae. This is designed with these biofeedback tools to elongate the spine, decreasing pressure while sitting. Lastly, we've got this neck support. Again, more of a biofeedback tool. You'll see, even in upright position, I'm getting a gentle contact so that if I'm typing, I'm working, I'm leaning forward, I don't feel that. That's my cue to get back to that. So not only does it have adjustment for the height, but I've got this angle, this pitch into the chair, and I've got depth so that I can push that in. I just pulled it out. So I can push that in or out, get the support that I need. I can push that down for support, and I've got that tilt. So this is the MUUV chair, aptly named. So it's a chair with lots of movement built in. So if I'm leaning back, I can grab something. The chair moves. The benefit of that is this. By having a chair that has more movement, my core, which typically disengages when I sit down due to the supportive feature of the chair, which is a good thing. Remember, standing, because it's more thermogenically active, we burn more energy, we tend to fatigue faster. Because we fatigue faster, we're less productive. That's why sitting and standing are preferred. We need a little bit of both. We don't do all one or all the other. But when we sit down, which helps to alleviate the burn of energy, which means we're more focused, we can get more done, we're not as fatigued, but the core disengages. So now with this engaged, this activity engagement, this movement that's built into the chair with rotation, with side bending, elongation, I actually have to engage the core, especially on that side. When I do that side bending, the core really has to engage to keep me literally from falling out the chair. So this is the MUUV chair by Align1 Solutions. Turn it back over to Patty, who's going to give us our summary.